We've got the biggest entertainment stories from this weekend coming up right here on Tea Time. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo and I'm here with your favorite entertainment anchors, Elsie Godwin, Ife Oshunkeye and Ife Omai. Hi guys.
Hello.
Good weekend.
Restful weekend.
Restful weekend. Ife had a partying weekend.
No, I didn't.
I mean, that's usual. I don't know why you get surprised when Ife says great weekend.
No, I'm always on the
didn't,
move,
you
so
see?
you
The
really can't tell my
outgoing Ife.
location.
But you had a haircut.
I always have a haircut every weekend.
But you look cute today. Though.
Oops. Okay.
I look cute every day, girl.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't look cute every day, but you look cute.
Well, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So you are not my beholder, don't worry. My beholder thinks I'm cute every single second.
Lady
Not even
Ife.
every day, every
Who is
second.
this beholder?
Okay.
You feel me?
Ife, how was your weekend?
good, thank you.
Restful or you got up to anything exciting?
Restful, very nice. I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
It glows on your skin. Okay, let's move on
Oh,
to...
you were supposed to party on Friday.
The
What
rain
happened?
just messed me up.
Oh.
We're over it.
This
Oh.
is Nigeria.
I know, right?
Okay, let's get right into it. We're starting with Tonto Dikeh. The drama continues as the Actors Guild of Nigeria threatens to sanction her. Okay. The Tonto Dikeh drama started, was it last week or a few weeks
It
before?
started with us.
With us
So,
last
yeah,
week,
we need
yeah?
to give ourselves
Sell
the
some.
credit,
You know.
It started with Elsie. Elsie should
Yeah.
actually give herself some.
Started
Just
with
the
Bookie,
dust off your
November and LC, and then please dust it off, dust it off.
Oh.
This guy, Ifeanyi Dike. Well, that's
I like the
his
fact
name,
that they are both bearing the same last name.
Name,
Yes,
yeah.
it's like, seriously. Yeah,
What
go on.
exactly is this problem? Because you're coming out to say you're going to ban her, that she's rubbing off wrongly on the
Other actresses.
other actresses. I'm wondering what exactly is going on here. Like, there have been issues in that same association that I
AGN.
can't even remember whatever they do for these actors. And you've not come out to address anyone. You've not said anything tangible, but you're here interfering in the personal life of someone who
One of your
has not
members.
said anything in a very long time. And this is the, well, she has like 2 or 3 interviews, but this is the first time she's talking about this. And you think the best thing to do
Not
is
the
to
first
come
time.
out. When was the first time?
Point of correction. They've been trolling each other since way back.
When we check what have happened, the only person that has been granting interviews has
It's
been
been
the
Cho-Cho.
husband.
Yes.
Yeah,
From-
but she's
from
been reacting.
Azuka
But I don't-
to different
But she's been
platforms.
I don't even think
She's been
that
reacting, but
they're.
she's
I don't
not-
think they're complaining about the interview. They're talking about the threat she gives everybody that dares respond to her.
They're
she
responding to her personal
Elsie.
issues. So if she wants to respond to them the way she wants to, how is
You
that
can't.
a
No,
problem?
it is a problem if you threaten
How
people.
exactly?
Threatening people is not allowed in the society, any society. She's saying thing about like beating people. Like I will call you. I will break your. Yeah, I will thingy. I will.
But she's
like
like
threatening.
until she actually does it, I
Right.
think.
Yeah,
that's
no, but
where-
and that's what they're
that's-
saying.
that's
They're
a
going to
crime.
sanction her. They're not saying they can't arrest her for saying things, but you're allowed to be worried if somebody is out there. If in another environment, if somebody threatens you, I'm allowed to go to the police to make that notice.
Yeah,
they
but the
they wouldn't
AGN is
arrest
not
you,
the
but they will
police,
warn
though.
you.
The AGN is not the
I'm
police.
saying if they are the ones, if they have,
can't believe
if
you guys
they're
are saying
saying, if they're saying, because Elsie started with that she hasn't granted an interview, blah blah blah, and I'm saying that they have the idea that they are coming to Tonto Dikeh and complaining about her assault. I don't find anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that they have the power to do that, but that the fact that a lady is going back to back against every single person who has something to say and is threatening them like a crazy person.
So the problem is that she's a lady.
No,
I mean, no, that is
The
what
problem-
you're saying.
no,
'Cause if you're saying
Elsie,
you
what
have a
I'm
problem
saying,
with them
what I'm
coming out,
saying
but
is that
if he
Tonto
came out,
Dikeh is threatening people.
If he came out to say this from his own personal angle,
This is not
trying
the
to drag-
interview.
just
This is the
fine.
threats. I'm
Wait,
talking
wait, I
about the threats. Tonto
I
Dikeh
understand.
threatening celebrities,
Celebrities.
not
She only
what
threatened
Churchill
one
has
person.
Actually
done.
responding to them, and
Them,
this same
yes,
person you're
and
saying
then-
she threatened also threatened her
Threatened
back.
her
So why
back.
are they not sanctioning that same
Yes.
person?
No, but it's not just one person now. She's threatening everybody that has texted her.
No, she's saying that the
she's
person that she attacked
responding.
was not threatened.
What do you
Because,
mean?
What
look,
do you mean she was
Actors
not
Guild of Nigeria. She threatened Funke Adesinyo, or what's her
She
name?
threatened that killed Bona.
She threatened
what's it called?
What do you understand as threat?
Have you-
Exactly.
She talked about
I
the
will beat you
X-ray.
I will
up
beat you
when
up
I
is a
see you
threat.
this. I will
Yes,
sue
but
That
you.
she will
Yeah,
beat
but-
Ike Ogbonna up.
Whoever
No, she
she
didn't
said
say that.
Whoever
She
said
said
that,
that to
that was
Funke.
to Funke,
Can we
not
just
everybody.
leave this threat thing and just focus on the fact that this is the Actors Guild of Nigeria and this is the chairman of the board of trustees. Now you're being biased because you have one of the
And
first.
turn it into a woman thing. It's not a woman thing.
You're trying to make it a
Yeah, it's
feminist
not a
thing.
woman.
Just hold up.
Okay.
Let me just get straight to my point. Now, what I'm saying is that, look, Tonto Dikeh is painting the Nollywood industry in the bad light. Now, this is the body that is in charge of the Nollywood industry. And they have every right to tell you that, look, you need to stop talking and painting other actresses in this way. Because in this light, wait, can I just finish? I allowed you guys finish, right? So, at the end of the day, what this guy, Ifeanyi Dike, is saying is that, look, this is the reason why most people are scared to marry actresses, because they believe, because you're generalizing it, like making it look like this is what
is the role of AGM?
Actresses are not married in Nigeria now because of Tonto Dikeh.
So
I'm getting
you guys just
the
wait?
good thing is, have you seen her response?
Me personally, I don't agree to that statement about the fact that she's painting people in a bad light. I'm saying Tonto Dikeh responding to people with threats.
It's only one
Constantly.
person.
Have you seen her response?
She only responded to
Do you know
one
she's
person.
responded?
She only responded to one person
She has
with a threat.
responded to
No.
a lot
With threats.
of people.
No, if you're talking about threats, do you have a
Yeah.
problem with her responding to people that
Yes,
are poking
negatively.
into her personal life?
No,
too?
I'm
The only
my
person she's
only
Poking into her personal life is she didn't come out to
Because
speak
that's
about
what
the
the-
personal
Why would she
life.
come out to speak
Do you know
about
how
it?
many marriages in Nigeria
And you have your
that are having
opinion.
issues and
It's
they
fine
do-
to have your opinion about it, but not coming out to tell her why are you talking.
exactly.
You should know you have a son. Oh, suddenly Churchill doesn't have a son.
See, we're not.
Andrea is now the son
you're fighting the
of
wrong. You're on the
Tonto
wrong bark. Because,
only.
you're on the wrong back.
No,
Because
I'm not on Tonto's back. I mean, she's not my friend.
I said it. I said the threat
I think
bit
we
is
need
a
to slow
problem.
down. I think we're talking over each other. Please.
That
Don't
what?
have
That
any
a threat
Because
is not a
no, I'm
threat?
saying the threat is only to one person.
And the one person
hold
makes
on,
it
hold
okay?
on.
Like,
no,
I don't
because the other
understand.
person,
Can we
Funke,
just
she
stop? Let him
threatened.
make his point.
She threatened. What's her name now? Tonto Dikeh back. So what I'm saying is that if you're saying the law is for Tonto Dikeh or it can't be for one person and not for the two of them. If you're sanctioning one actress, you should sanction both of them.
I'm saying that the idea that she's been replying to people aggressively, back to back.
It's not the agent's fault to handle that.
No.
Come on.
So wait,
As in, why are we talking like
so
novice
I don't
on this
understand.
table this morning?
So
Because I
you're
don't
saying
get
that
it.
it's okay
when
what
there
she-
is a body.
It's not
No,
okay
I
what
don't
she did,
approve, but what I'm saying
the
is that
person coming
the
to
AGN,
her.
No, the
Okay,
AGN
so
should not have any
I
role
would like to
whatsoever
say
in
that
sanctioning her.
we probably do not know the, what will I call it now, the binding policies of being members of this AGM. So maybe until we see that policy or we get hold of the agreement that
Now,
says
I know
for you,
parts
hold on,
of those
for you to
policies,
join.
and I can put it out to you
So
on
what
this
are the
table.
policies?
Now, some of those policies are that you cannot speak negatively about a member of the AGN.
Okay.
You cannot bring your rifts publicly. Now,
The
you
rift
can
between
hold
who?
up.
Rift between
Hold
who?
up.
What kind of
Can I-
rift?
Elsie, are you going to let me talk or
If
you're
you
going
want
to
to
keep
talk,
talking
but
over
then
me?
I need to understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
If you're
but
saying
I'm-
it's rift, then are you saying personal rift or rift that have to do with the organization? It has to be
rift
clear.
between actors and actresses.
Yes, but I remember one time that AGN, the president was actually Ibn Abu Fiberesima, and there was a problem with, I think, Omotala Jalade and what's her name? Genevieve. And I think she was the one that sort of smoothed things over. We didn't hear anything
Can I
like
say
that.
something?
Yeah.
Tonto is not even of the opinion that you cannot sanction me. Tonto is of the opinion that, look, there are other things that have happened in the Nollywood industry, such as other female actresses going to Dubai. Getting pooped in their mouth, and you guys did not sanction those people. But now that I'm talking, so she's not saying, AGN, you don't have the right to sanction me. She's just saying, focus on other things, then come to me, then maybe I will listen to you guys. But if you guys are not
I
making...
think the only bias there for me is that Tonto talking about her personal issue.
And then involving, dragging other people in the mud.
No, let's differentiate the two, right? The dragging, I don't agree. The talking about Churchill, I agree. And I think people having an issue with that, they don't have a right to. I think she can talk about who she wants to talk about and how she wants to talk about her story. But the response to those people poking in her business in the way she doesn't like is my problem. I hope you're following. So the misogynist thing about this, well, the patriarchal man is in charge bullshit, sorry, please censor that, is that a woman is talking about her private, about her personal life, talking about a man, and talking about the awful things that have happened. And people don't even necessarily even believe that. On top of that, but that's what they're saying now. That's
So
what.
how do you know what the motive of that message Ifeanyi is putting out is?
The motive of
See,
that
I'm not
message
even going
is
to.
that you need
I'm not
to
even
think.
going to lie and say
I
that.
mean, you're
there
not
isn't
Ifeanyi, you're not his PA, so I wonder how you actually know his
I'm
motive.
telling you that if everybody
I don't know.
knows about a body that is in charge of an organization or of an industry, then you should know that they have certain rights to put certain sanctions when they are being. You came up. Wait, hold up. You came up with an unfounded fact saying that these same producers are the ones pirating their CDs. Now, can you name one producer? You couldn't. You didn't. Now you're affecting the industry. So when people are fighting piracy and you're coming out with an unfounded theory saying that the same producers are the ones pirating their CD, how do you expect the body to fight for
Okay,
them?
sorry,
You
I need to
and you're saying
respond
they
to
shouldn't
that because
sanction them.
I
Go on a
Talking
break.
like
I think
that.
we should continue after the break. Let's continue after the break.
Alright.
All right, guys, this
So
is quite
heated.
an interesting headline. I think we should continue the story and continue after the break. Yes. So stay tuned to find out more. We've got more stories for you, but before then, we'll be concluding this story on Tonto Dikeh. We'll be right back.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Na 2,500 I dey pay.
Welcome back. It's your favorite entertainment news program, Tea Time, and it's time for us to conclude on the earlier story. We're discussing the sanction on Tonto Dikeh, and Elsie's like, you wanted to conclude on that or respond back to Ife?
To what Ife said, talking about piracy. I mean, I conducted that interview, so I think I owe it to explain what she was saying. I mean, she said that she had a conversation with a certain producer and people she works with, and she understands that this is what they do. Nobody has come out to say nobody has come out to say name this man or say why would you say we do this when we are all fighting piracy. That conversation I have not seen it anywhere.
I think
right.
what
it is just unfounded for you to say that that is what the AGN man is coming out to say.
Do you know what? I would have appreciated. I would have appreciated. I would have appreciated this. I would have appreciated this. Your points a whole lot more if there was a follow-up question to that when she mentioned that and you asked her that, who is this producer, can you tell us his name, can you, and then she's telling you, but if you didn't ask that question, please don't come on this table to tell me.
That is what I'm telling you, that because I did not ask that question and because nobody, I've not seen any article, I've not seen any news, I've not seen,
I'm asking,
then try to,
we're asking,
so this is your first time of asking, right?
Well, we are asking.
This is the first time of asking, so I'm saying because nobody has asked that question prior to now, then you cannot say that is why the AGN is coming to attack her or that it is unfounded. Because you cannot even use the word unfounded and fact on the same statement.
What to say is that that whole interview called out a lot of things about the Nollywood industry thing, from promiscuity to illegal piracy to all of that stuff. It is not too far-fetched. It's not rocket science that the board of directors of this same industry will have something to say.
Well,
now, I'm not
what you're
saying that that there isn't an underlining patriarchal statement going on because this is a woman coming out.
Don't make it a feminist
let me finish. And I'm not saying that it is impossible. You don't know that it is completely unbiased. And it isn't possible that because it's a woman addressing a man in this society, blah, 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 and it's especially the way Tonto Dikeh is handling the situation. We've heard that even in this office, the way men talk about it, like why should in the family business and the son and all that stuff. So it's not rocket science to think that that isn't part of it. However, Tonto Dikeh herself isn't completely innocent. with the backlashing of actors left, right, and center continuously, it's something that people can get worried about, especially when
AGN.
If it's not AGN, who should it be?
Of Nigeria.
Who should it be?
If this response from the AGN came after the interview I had with her dropped, then maybe I will understand where Ife is coming from. But this is after 3 weeks where there has been another interviews and other interviews back to back.
Exactly the problem.
Exactly,
so we do not know why
you're going back to back with
no.
interviews.
You don't think that there's anything wrong with her threatening people and like insulting people on every response?
To explain it, but
it's not, you don't think that's an issue?
No, that's not the issue.
No,
or
but
the
do you
crux
think it's
of the
an
matter.
issue?
But the good thing is, Tonto Dikeh is strong enough to face them, and she has
Yes,
responded.
I
So
think
let
she's-
them battle it out,
Exactly.
and we
In
keep
fact,
analyzing
I don't think she's
it.
going to battle it out. She's no longer
So
part
what
of the
do you think
AGN.
should
I think
hold?
When was the last time she even did a
think
movie
should
in the
hold
first
the case?
place?
I
Because
don't think she's going to be part of the AGN
Tokumbo, you
any
keep
longer.
mentioning that it seems like you agree to the fact that there's whatever issues with Tonto or whoever, but you don't think the agent should be the one in charge. Who do you think should?
I'm so surprised, especially at
no,
you,
who
that
do you think should be holding Tonto Dikeh in
accountable.
account?
She doesn't owe anybody or anyone. She's not part of the AGN. I don't think she's lost interest. And if she wants to
said
talk
She's
to-
lost interest, or she's no longer part of it now.
Are
I
you
think
saying
she's
not
no longer interested.
She's part of it. Did you read her statement?
Yes, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you know, I think she has lost interest based on them responding back, and she hasn't like officially decided
because
to.
it
Yeah, so that means they
So
had the
even
right
if
to
an
say
AGN
something
wanted to
before.
respond, why not send her a letter? Why not call her? Why not say something
And
and
those are the
let her
things that-
still understand that, oh, this is an organization that understands what they're doing. And then you come on social media, use your Instagram handle to talk about things.
But you could have said the same thing about Tonto Dikeh responding to all those
Did you
people.
understand?
You
They
could say the
responded to her on social media.
Yeah, but she could have
What
been
are
the
you
better
saying?
person as
She's the
well.
person.
Wow,
She's
so she's supposed to pick up the
responding
girl.
So, but why you?
IK.
But that's
IK.
double standard. So you
No,
want
this is an
AGN to do
association
something and you don't want Tonto Dikeh.
AGN, which
is
you
not
guys
good,
have
it's an
held high,
organization.
right?
So Tonto Dikeh, you don't hold high.
Oh, wow. So
AGN is
Tonto
a
Dikeh as a
person-
person is
this is a
now
one-on-one
an
conflict.
You know what?
AGN.
This is a one-on-one conflict.
We're not going to
This is
end on this
funny.
topic.
Yeah.
Can we
But
just
it's
move
fine.
on?
Let's move on to
But
the
I think
next
you guys
topic.
need to do more research
Okay.
on the AGN and find out what their duties are.
Okay,
Then maybe
so
we can
let's
come
move
back.
on to the next story. We're discussing Silva next. She says people who help sick actors shouldn't humiliate them by publicizing it. And I think this is to do with the help that was rendered to the alien actor Babasue before he went to the US for medical help. And there were a lot of people that actually helped him. The vice president, Iyadura, Esther Ajayi, she also helped, and she helped with like 10 million, and so many other people, the actors themselves and actresses that also helped. In front of the scenes and behind the scenes, and then she's coming out now. Joke is coming out to say she doesn't think anyone that needs to help should come out publicly to do so. So it's a case of you agreeing or disagreeing, you know, because I know people will have different opinions on this. I actually saw a number of people say, some people thought that everything that is done in this modern day and age, now people publicize it, you know, so there's no way. And then, but I actually understand where she's coming from, and I also understand where other people are coming from as well.
But what will your thoughts be? Personally,
I mean, right from the get-go, as a matter of principle, I personally don't like the idea of publicizing any kind of help you render to anyone, whether they're in the acting world, whether they're in Nollywood, whether they're. If you really mean to help, you should help silently, because at the end of the day, if you're publicizing it, it means you're not really trying to help. You're only doing it for your own personal, what do they call it? For your own
gratification.
Exactly. Thank you. That's the word.
I like how she said it and what she said, but there's one part I picked where she was talking about, she said something like it is time for the actors to start thinking long term. I think I've mentioned this on the show before, and it's quite sad when they are in this kind of situation and you see people rallying around to contribute money and do things, and those that want to do it for their self-gratification can just take up the opportunity and do things, right? But I think it's high time these people use their influences, now that they are strong, now that they are not the ones begging for money, to try and advocate for our healthcare system, advocate for people to understand the long-term goals when it comes to having like a health maintenance organization that you are under, you know. So I think that a lot of work needs to be done from their side and from everybody. We need to take care of ourselves and understand the future.
Okay, let's hear from Ife.
Oh, this effect?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I like the fact that she started by saying a prayer for herself that she hopes never to be in a situation where she would ask for help. Now, I really appreciate that prayer, which she set for ourselves, and I think that's the prayer we should all be saying. But I'm going to just conclude by saying, even the Bible says, if your left hand does good, your right hand shouldn't know about it. That concludes my statement.
I was going to also say the same, because you mentioned, Tokumbo, that if you publicize it, then you were doing it for self-gratification. I think that statement to be false, because in some cases, yes, but not all cases. Do you help someone and say it out?
Let me just quickly clarify, so maybe that's not what I meant, self-gratification. I just mean that if you're helping someone and publicizing it, then, the initial or original intentions were not really there to help that person.
But you don't know that for sure.
Yes, because if you want to publicize it, then you're not really trying to help that person.
For example, there's a lot of philanthropists that I know personally. And when they help, like someone giving, like you mentioned, 10 million to Baba Suwe, most of the time, that 10 million isn't coming from someone's pocket. It's maybe a board of trustees that are backing that. Or an NGO or an organization that's trying to lay out social responsibilities or something like that. But that's what I'm saying.
No,
so
I'm
for
saying
you to say,
no, for this case, the ones that I'm telling you, the people that have actually paid, they were individuals.
And you know for sure, because the individual,
listen,
because it's an individual doesn't mean that they're not being backed up by an organization.
Then
you
they would
know that.
No, because the thing is, they would have rejected the thank yous and because they would have said, okay, by the way, it's so, because they definitely said
No,
that
some people
okay.
want to remain anonymous.
That's what I'm saying. If they want to remain anonymous, you can't let one person take credit for $10 million.
I know I just said if your left hand does good.
They say it's anonymous. You don't take credit
for a group.
No, they don't do that.
I mean, that even
because
makes
you're
it
the
even
front
worse.
man.
You do.
Yes,
Because you're the front man.
No,
You do.
If you're the lawyer,
some people
Because you're the front man,
some
then you
people
would be the one
ask
to
that
take
my
credit.
name
If you're
out
running
of
an
it.
NGO, is a different thing.
Exactly.
Can I just say, in as much as I just said, if your left hand does good, your right hand shouldn't know about it, right? Now, most of these people actually post these pictures or let you know that they have done so thing, because a lot of people are backlashing them. Like, look, these people in the Nollywood, they are not helping this person. They are not. This person is dying. You people are rich. You people are not helping them. Which is why they come out to say no. Contrary to what you guys are saying, I have lended a helping hand.
And that's
this person has ended a helping hand.
With human beings,
and that's
you
how
don't
it's
know
supposed to be.
people's intentions. So for you to outrightly say that the minute I put my name out there after I've given a donation makes it an unbiased.
I'm doing it for clout.
It's a bit wrong. Secondly, she used the word humiliating the actors. I think that's also a bit of a stretch, because what if Baba Suwe is eternally grateful and wants to mention all of them, and actually doesn't mind the fact that his colleagues so and so LC Ife and Tokumbo have helped me in my dying time, and I wanted to mention their names. So for her to say that it's humiliating, it's also a pick and choose situation, because you don't know how the victim feels.
And I just remember Mr. Latin.
The way you say it is like she's just giving her own opinion. She's not imposing it on you.
And we are on tea time analyzing that opinion. That's all. I'm not saying that her statement is wrong or not. I'm just saying.
Because you're picking,
Tokumbo.
holes in her personal opinion.
Well, then why do we bring it on tea time if we're not going to analyze it? Like, that's the whole point.
I can remember when the Baba Suwe story broke. When the Baba Suwe
Sorry, guys, we really need to go on a break.
Yeah, but I'm just going to refresh your memory a bit. When the Baba Suwe broke and Mr. Latin came out, and it was because people were saying, oh, the Actors Guild are not helping them. Now, it was Mr. Latin, the president of the Actors Guild, of Tampan, sorry, came out to say, no, contrary to what you guys are saying, we've done this and we've done that, and so people have done. So some of these people did not even come out personally. It was Mr. Latin that put out their names of people that have helped. So let's just rest it there.
I don't understand what you're saying, Ife. Why should we
So we need to go on a break.
Yeah, because Ife didn't let us go on a break, so.
No. I think they're all basically saying it's never cast in stone.
Exactly.
Like, some people
Pretty
put it
much.
out for their self-gratification window, but
But
some
don't
it's
generalize
about,
it.
sometimes even about encouraging others
Yes,
to do more. And then
exactly.
sometimes you have a lot of people contributing this money and everybody just has to get their credit one way or the other. So yeah, it's not always
Good summary,
self-gratification.
Elsie. Thank you.
Yes, I don't even know. Are we going on a break or we're not going on a break?
We are rounding up the show.
Are we rounding up
Yes.
the show?
Yes, we are, Tokumbo.
Okay. All right. You know what? We're going on a break. When we come back, we'll probably tell you what's going on. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofiofobo.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. Well, I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, and we're raring to go with our next story, and it's discussing Remy Ma. Apparently, she has some kind of evidence in the latest twist of events, but I don't know if we know what that is.
I think it's a visual evidence, but her attorneys are very convinced that once this video is played, that she will be vindicated. So,
do you guys know what the video is about?
Except that video is showing that she's not the one who punched the lady. I don't know what else it
They're
could be.
saying
Okay.
that the video is that they have evidence that she wasn't even around at the time that the incident happened when Britney was claiming where she got the black eye, that they have video evidence that she was elsewhere.
No, they have video evidence. She has home installed camera that shows that she was at home at the time of the attack. And that afterwards, when she claimed she was attacked as well, they said she had to stop to get stuff for a baby. So she didn't get to the venue until 15 minutes to the time of a performance. So how could she have attacked somebody when she wasn't even there at the time? And then they said they also have video footage of the alleged the alleged victim that afterwards they didn't see her with any bruise on her face or anything like that. So yeah.
okay, this will be an interesting one in court.
Let's see how it plays out. Yeah.
I mean, she is on probation, right? So if this doesn't go in her favor,
second strike.
Going straight to prison.
Oops.
So this video
she's done 6 years in the past.
Good.
Okay, that's where we're going to wrap up on Tea Time this morning. We're back later this afternoon, though, for more entertainment headlines. But you can also comment on any of today's stories by using the hashtag Tea Time, or you can tweet at us at Plus TV Africa. And you can also follow us on all the other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Until then, a big thank you to my co-anchors, both Ifes and Elsie, the production team, our group of stylists, Goodies Empire, and Liz Harrison. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo saying thanks for watching.